The Jets introduced Aaron Rodgers on Wednesday, and the future Hall of Famer made it clear that he's proud to be the part of another historic franchise and believes this team can go all the way.
I'm an old guy, so I want to be a part of a team that can win it all. And I believe that this is a place we can get that done. I'm not here to be a savior of any kind. I'm just here to be the best quarterback I can be, to lead authentically, and to inspire the guys around me.
The Jets surrendered significant draft capital to land Rodgers. Owner Woody Johnson had no hesitation making that decision, saying, quote, "You have to know the player and what he's all about," and I felt very comfortable. And the Commanders declined to pick up Chase Young's fifth-year option. Young was the Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2020, but only had 1.5 sacks over the last 2 seasons. 2023 will be the final year of his rookie deal. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-898-6155 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-898-6155. That's 800-898-6155. What do you have to lose? Call 800-898-6155. Again, 800-898-6155.
It's 7:30 at AM 1230 KXOL Central California. Thursday morning, 27th day of April 2023. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, Carroll.
Let's enjoy the day.
Yeah, let's take it all in.
Okay.
Get a big, fresh breath of air.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, it's going to get warm, but, the mornings, evenings, kind of evens it out, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, mathematically speaking.
Yes. If we use a bell curve, we'd be right there in the middle.
Right in the mix of things.
Yes. Oh, well. Coming up, we'll take a look at some birthdays. We'll celebrate some big shot birthdays. More importantly, we will celebrate local birthdays. We've got to look at world and California news headlines, local news, sports, financial news. We'll go in depth with the weather, and we'll use the National Weather Service's most favorite word of the day: tranquil.
Tranquil.
Yes.
That's another new word that it would be used on a very rare occasion, but now?
Yes. Okay. Did you hear about this? A guy in L.A. was charged with impersonating a doctor after treating thousands of patients over the years. The Los Angeles District Attorney says Stefan Gevorkian practiced medicine without a license for several years. I figure he follows a long line of people impersonating real doctors, Dr. Feelgood, Dr. J, Dr. Strangelove, yeah. Dr. Phil.
Yeah, Dr. Phil is a brain surgeon.
Yes. Anyway, you wonder how people get away with that, but I guess
they do.
Yes, they do.
A long, long time.
Yes. Anyway, what else is going on? We heard from Aaron Rodgers during the NFL Network Now.
We certainly did.
And he is now the starting quarterback of the New York Jets.
Yeah.
Yes. And, Rodgers said he was sad to be leaving Green Bay, but happy to disappoint and frustrate a whole new fan base in New York. That part they didn't play.
No, that was on the floor, on the editor's floor.
How about some birthdays?
Okay.
Today, actor Anouk Aimee is 91. She was in A Man and a Woman. a marvelous movie. Singer Kate Pearson of the B-52s, 75. Singer Herbie Morrell of the Stylistics, 74. Actor Douglas Sheehan, 74. Ace Frehley of Kiss, 72. Sheena Easton, 64. Actor James LaGrosse is 61. Actor David Lasher, 51. Actor Morrow West is 51. Actor Sally Hawkins, 47. Actor Francis Capra, 40. Actor Ari Grainer is 40. Actor Shella Vand, 38. Actor Jenna Coleman, 37. Actor William Mosley, 36. Lizzo is 35. Actor Emily Rios, 34. Local birthdays just ahead.
My name is Sarah Griffin, and I'm the Executive Director of the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially for those struggling to find their next meal. As a monthly donor, you can help the Imperial Valley Food Bank purchase food in bulk to meet the growing needs of the more than 25,000 people we serve each month at over 30 locations. Even small monthly gifts can go a long way in helping fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley. Please consider giving monthly by donating online at www.ivfoodbank.org.
We have happy birthday wishes going out today to David Walker, Ray De La Rosa, Francis Sepulveda, David Torres, Raul Morquecho Jr., Francis Fernandez, Carol Hood, Brandon Macias, Fumi Galvan, Kylie Mikoski, Gabe Torres, Christian Gatewood, Scott Baker, Fernando Rivera, Joanne Hedinger, Matthew Collins, Cecilia Aceves, Patrice Ojeda, Camelia Corrales, and Alice Estrada. Happy birthday from Kxo. And we mentioned the NFL draft coming up this evening. We'll have updates and reports throughout the evening. Did you ever get drafted?
Like in the military?
Well, any kind of a draft, yes.
No. I was, I went, got classified, and was, if they hadn't frozen the draft, I would have been in the military.
Okay, well, I got drafted 4 times. Major League Baseball.
Because it wouldn't take, or what?
Yeah, well, I was a student, and every time okay. Yeah, here's the letter, here's the information. I'm a student, I'm not going to go. 4th time I finally went.
Be gone, okay.
Yes. So unlike, today's draft for the NFL, they get drafted, and here's $1 gazillion. I think I was getting $69.90 a month when I got drafted. So somewhere in that range.
Well, I didn't realize that you guys got paid that much money.
Oh, okay, yeah, and free food and board, right?
Free haircuts.
No, you got charged for haircuts.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you didn't pay too much.
Yes. Oh well. Anyway, we've got news. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're going to jump in right now with a look at World and California news headlines, all brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News special report. A legendary TV talk show host has died. His family and his publicists say Jerry Springer died peacefully today at his home in suburban Chicago. He presided over the syndicated Jerry Springer Show for 27 years, where he mediated family feuds and other sticky situations.
Willie says one night of bad decisions is his biggest regret. Willie, what's going on?
Things often turn chaotic. The British-born Springer told the BBC,
"Yes, it's a stupid show. I always say our show is stupid. But for 1 hour, it's an escape from regular life."
Springer also served as mayor of Cincinnati in 1977. A family spokesperson says Jerry Springer was diagnosed with cancer a few months ago. His condition took a turn for the worse this week. Springer was 79.
Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. In Washington, the Republican-led House passes legislation that raises the debt limit and cuts federal spending. Its future unclear, with President Biden saying he'd only negotiate if Republicans passed a debt ceiling bill with no strings attached. House Speaker and California Representative Kevin McCarthy.
The president said, well, I'm not going to talk to him until he offers a plan. Not only did we offer a plan, we passed it.
Democrats say linking the issues of spending and the debt ceiling hurts confidence in the U.S. economy. Flooding concerns across the state prompting outreach from the California Office of Emergency Services and attempts to build a network to make sure no one becomes stranded by the floodwaters.
There may not be enough firefighters, enough cops to come door to door in disaster, and so we want to build that resiliency.
Brian Ferguson heads Cal OES's Listos program, aiming to reach out to people who speak other languages. The founder of the blood testing lab Theranos getting more time before she goes to prison. Elizabeth Holmes was supposed to start serving her 11-year sentence for fraud today. Her lawyers filing an appeal, pushing that deadline back a few weeks. Jeff Scott, California News.
World and California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. We're looking for 105 by Sunday. How's your AC? Yeah, better call Lock, have it tuned up and ready for the heat. Lock Air Conditioning.
This is your captain. You may have noticed my new haircut on your way in. Wanted to look my best. Got the new passport photo taken at Staples. In and out in 10 minutes. And while I'm there, I can grab travel-size body wash. Maybe a shower cap. Don't want to mess up the new do.
Staples has everything you need to travel. 10-minute passport photos, luggage, headphones, even personal travel items. And now at Staples, get 20% off your in-store purchase when you buy any travel service. Get all set to jet and save at Staples. Offer ends 4/29. In-store only. Exclusions apply.
You've never had anything like Kentucky Fried Chicken's new chicken nuggets. They're so good, you'll hear a random choir singing every time you open the box. Don't believe me? Just listen. Box open. Box close. Open. Close. Can we get a remix? Order KFC's new chicken nuggets on the KFC app today. That's finger looking good. Prices and participation may vary.
It's page one of the local news. Page one, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. 3 locations in the Valley at El Centro Motors, at the Imperial Valley Mall, and in the Brawley Auto Center.
Taking a look at the latest in local news this morning, Brandon Hamlin was to have been arraigned on Tuesday, but missed his court dates. George Gale has more.
He did not make it to the Brawley court. Hamlin is suspected in the murders of 2 elderly Brawley residents last Friday. Suspect was arrested Sunday and was to be arraigned on Tuesday. The district attorney's office said the 24-year-old suspect was in a safety cell, which means he can be a risk to himself and to others. Hamlin is also charged with 2 counts of robbery. His court date was rescheduled for Thursday. Today, Hamlin is suspected of murdering 78-year-old Elia Castro and 84-year-old Rigoberto Castro in a house on Calle del Sol in Brawley. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
A man reported that he was robbed of a gold chain necklace. The theft occurred at about 10 p.m. Tuesday at a gas station on East Main Street in El Centro. The man told investigating officers that he was pumping gas when he was approached by a man who grabbed a gold chain and ripped it off his neck. The gold chain and attached cross is valued at $2,500. The suspect was last seen running west on Main Street. The suspect was later identified by the victim after viewing mugshots. Police are looking for the 19-year-old thief.
They're not looking for him anymore. They found him about 1:30 this morning in the same area where the crime occurred. He's in jail right now.
KXO News Time coming up to 7:43.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Central Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
Well, the DA is going to host a special luncheon. Actually, it was held this past week. Here's more on that story.
It was held Monday. It was in honor of Crime Victims' Rights Week. Members of the community-based organization and law enforcement agencies were present to show their support to crime victims and their families. During the luncheon, District Attorney George Marquez, Assistant District Attorney Jeffrey Booker, and the Director of the Victim Witness Assistance Program, Melissa Lopez Moore, addressed the audience. The DA presented the first annual Recognition of Resilience plaque to victims of crime. The Hernandez family of Brawley was presented the plaque for their resiliency for the loss of their loved one, Daniel Hernandez, who was the victim of a homicide in 2018 and whose killer was successfully prosecuted by the Imperial County District Attorney's Office and sentenced to 35 years to life in prison. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Cornhole tournaments made easy, we understand, at Eager Park in Imperial anyway. The city has installed permanent cornhole sets in the park. It is part of the first phase of improvements at Eager Park. The improvements are being paid for through a community development block grant. A gazebo and picnic area will also be added to the park. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the Local News, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the Valley. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
We mark every inch that our kids grow.
Whoa, look how tall you're getting.
And watch them outgrow, well, everything.
This shirt is way too small.
But there's something else that can grow that we don't see. It's what doctors call toxic stress. It's how a child's body responds to difficult experiences, from harsh language to a painful loss. There are steps parents can take to help. Learn 4 things you can do to overcome toxic stress at first5california.com.
Page 2 of the Local News, served by Kxo Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food. Check out the daily lunch specials, the dinner menu featuring 16 different entrees. Kxo Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
Continuing with more local news this morning, the Soapbox STEM Science Event coming up. George Gale has more on that story.
The first one ever in California is coming up. It'll be hosted by San Diego State University, Imperial Valley. The event will be held April 27th. Soapbox Science Event is a gathering to promote the work of women and non-binary professionals in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The guest speakers for the event include Linda Lada Jacobo, a public health professor at SDSU Imperial Valley, Ting Tang, assistant professor at SDSU, Linda Barbanel, a psychology professor at SDSU Imperial Valley, Daniela Flores, co-organizer of the Imperial Valley Equity and Justice Coalition, and Carly Crelly, organizer of environmental science and justice in Imperial Valley. The event is open only for students and will be held at SDSU Imperial Valley campus in Calexico from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
A skimming device was found on an ATM at the Bank of America branch in El Centro. The skimmer was apparently located by the Imperial County District Attorney's Office. The device skims information from credit and debit cards. That information is then typically sold on the dark net, and used to make charges or steal from the victims' accounts. The skimmer was removed, and it is being held as evidence. In other local news, Salton Sea Board of Directors meeting coming up. Here's more on that story.
The Board of Directors meeting is today. The in-person meeting will be held at the Coachella Valley Water District Steve Robbins Administration Building. If you cannot attend in person, the meeting can be viewed via Zoom. For agenda information and Zoom information, go to the saltonsea.com/meetings. The April 27th meeting begins at 10 a.m. Keep in mind, additional information can be added to the agenda and backup before the meeting begins. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Public library events all week. It's part of National Public Library Week. The Brawley Public Library has been holding activities all this week. Today and tomorrow, it'll be hosting story time. Friday, young people are invited to participate in their DEAR program. DEAR stands for Drop Everything and Read. Those 0 through 17 years of age go to the library and read their favorite book for 20 minutes. Those who complete the task are awarded a special prize. Libraries in Calexico, El Centro, and Imperial are also holding events and activities in recognition of National Library Week. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates sushi rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous sake bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingan. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at KSushiBarandGrill.com.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, mainly tranquil and dry conditions will prevail through the next several days, but strong high pressure will take hold, leading to well above normal temperatures. Highs in the middle to upper 90s expected across the Imperial and Yuma valleys through Saturday, to as warm as 105 on Sunday. Things will begin to cool off just a bit after the weekend. Breezy to windy conditions, cooler temperatures likely for the early part of next week. 94 the high yesterday, 59 the overnight low. Sunny today with a high near 99, west-northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming north-northeast. Clear tonight with a low around 67. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast after midnight. Friday, sunny with a high near 102. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, then becoming northeast. Saturday, sunny with a high near 102. North-northeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming east-southeast in the afternoon. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 105. Southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, then becoming southeast. 69 degrees, 43% relative humidity, wind out of the west 5 to 7 miles an hour. Local news, page 2, served by Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial. Great Japanese food. They specialize in sushi rolls, 50 different varieties of sushi rolls.
What do you get when you combine a round of golf with a strike or two with the excitement of playing the slots? What do you get? All the fun under the sun. And that's what you'll find and more at Kokopah Casino and Resort, South Highway 95 in Somerton, KokopahResort.com. Win your share of $100,000 during Kokopah's Lucky Charms Giveaway Lottery, Fridays and Saturdays between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., March through May. See the Rewards Club for details.
It's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps South Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action, the Grizzlies top the Lakers 116-99. The Lakers still lead that series 3-2. And the Knicks whacked the Cavaliers 106-95. Heat slipped by the Bucks, 128-126 in overtime. And Miami wins that series 4-1. By the way, the Knicks also won their series. And the Warriors topped the Kings, 123-116. Golden State leads the series 3-2. LeBron had some words after the game, said, "I'll be better in Game 6.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Major League Baseball, the Padres won. They beat the Cubs 5-3. Fernando Tatis with 3 RBI. Angels over the Athletics 11-3. Reds topped the Rangers 5-3. Orioles beat the Red Sox 6-2. Blue Jays shut out the White Sox 8-0. Guardians over the Rockies 4-1. Still have trouble saying Guardians. The Yankees beat up on the Twins 12-6. Brewers bested the Tigers 6-2. Diamondbacks shut out the Royals 2-0. Pirates pounded the Dodgers 8-1. Astros shut out the Rays 1-0. Phillies slipped by the Mariners 6-5. Nationals beat the Mets 4-1. Braves topped the Marlins 6-4. And the Giants beat the Cardinals 7-3, despite Goldschmidt's 2 home runs. It's NFL draft time, and we'll have updates from Kansas City. Yeah, don't get any barbecue on your fingers as you listen to the draft. NFL draft coverage starting at 4 o'clock this evening on AM 1230. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Are you ready for a new career? CET is ready for you. CET has grants available so farm workers and their children can attend at no cost. Learn more at cetweb.edu farm worker admissions to see if you qualify. At the Center for Employment Training, we've been serving farm workers since 1967. Enroll anytime, and all programs can be completed in under a year. Job placement assistance for all graduates. Call 800-533-2519 or go to cetweb.edu.
Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Also offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil in El Centro. Well, stocks are up, showing gains today, boosted by a slew of robust earnings reports, even as economic data indicated that the U.S. economy is slowing. Meta Platforms' latest earnings report that showed the company saw sales growth for the first time in nearly a year. Shares of the tech behemoth swelled 14.4% after it reported after the close yesterday that it grew revenue by 3% during the first quarter after 3 consecutive quarters of declines. Shares of Barclays and Deutsche Bank added 4.3% and about 3% respectively after the banks posted strong profit growth despite the banking tumult last month. First Republic Bank stock tumbled again, continuing its slide after the bank said its total deposits fell 41% in the first quarter, and questions swirl about its survival. The U.S. economy slowed to an annualized and seasonally adjusted rate of 1.1% in the first quarter of the year. That, according to GDP data released today by the Department of Commerce, that falls below economist expectations of 2% and marks a much slower pace compared to the previous 2 quarters as rising interest rates and high inflation weighed on consumers and businesses. And Vice Media says it will cancel its acclaimed program, Vice News Tonight, as part of a broad restructuring that will result in painful cuts across the organization. In response to the current market conditions and business realities facing Vice Media Group and the broader news and media industry, we are moving forward on some painful but necessary reductions, primarily across our news business, according to a memo issued to employees. Right now, the market's looking good. Dow up 180 points. The S&P 500 up 33. The NASDAQ up 150 points. Meanwhile, gold off $7.20 an ounce, and oil is up 23 cents a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Howell in El Centro.
We'll have sunny skies today with a high near 99. West-northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming north-northeast. Clear tonight with a low around 67. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast after midnight. Friday, sunny with a high near 102. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming northeast. And what the guy didn't say is by Sunday, we could be hitting 105. Right now, downtown El Centro, 72 degrees, 37% relative humidity. Wind is out of the west at 7 to 10 miles an hour. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Howell in El Centro. CBS News is coming up. And after the news, we'll be back with more of the best oldies on the radio.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. A man who set new parameters for daytime TV has died. Jerry Springer, whose talk shows were filled with shock and this was men. He recalled years ago the show struggled when it first went on the air until some new ground rules were set.
We said from now on, only young people in the audience, young people on stage, young subject matter. Well, young people are much wilder, so this show occasionally went crazy.
Outside of TV, Springer was the mayor of Cincinnati in the late 1970s. His family says he died at his home outside Chicago. It seems the economy's hit new headwinds. The government says growth slowed in the first 3 months of the year to a 1.1% annual rate. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
Although this report does show a slowdown in growth, we are not yet in a recession. At this point, a recent poll from the Wall Street Journal found that 61% of economists believe we will experience a short and shallow recession this year, probably starting in the third quarter.
A court appearance due today for the Massachusetts Air National Guardsman Jack Teixeira, who's accused of posting military secrets. CBS's Catherine Herridge.
Prosecutors say Teixeira should be held pending trial because he is a flight risk. He faces 25 years in prison connected to charges involving the Espionage Act, and there could be more charges to come. We've reached out to his lawyer for comment, but have received no response.
A key day of cross-examination in New York, a day after a woman testified about the rape she alleges at a civil trial.
Donald Trump's attorneys must destroy this story and show that it never took place and that it is a story that was invented by E. Jean Carroll.
CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman. Trump has denied the allegations. The Republican-controlled Kansas legislature has just overridden the Democratic governor's veto, and that will now enact a sweeping anti-transgender bathroom bill. In Montana, the state's first transgender lawmaker, Zoe Zephyr, was officially barred from the House floor yesterday.
I am proud for standing up for my community, and I would never change standing up for my community and my constituents.
Action taken against her for what she said about Republicans who back a bill banning gender-affirming care for children. Former National League MVP Dick Groat has died at 92. He played for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 190 points. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and maximum success with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Every piece of land has a story. Some write theirs behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor, like the Upshaws.
This is my tractor Penny. It's all about attention to detail.
But the Nelsons love cruising around their expansive Montana ranch in their John Deere Gator UV.
We've been here since 1868.
While the Caggianos drive a John Deere zero-turn mower to keep their Long Island brewery looking sharp.
Don't call me, don't bother me. I'm going out to mow for a couple hours.
Run with us and start telling your story. Learn more at johndeere.com/radio.
Progressive presents Precious Moments.
Hey, Jess, want to come for a ride on my motorcycle? You know, we can talk about our feelings and explore our emotional compatibility.
I thought you'd never ask.
The exchange you just heard didn't actually happen, but it could. Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive, and you could use the savings to make sure the motorcycle is always ready for your dream girl. So keep the dream alive and the savings coming with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
Now the story of what you might call a fast food time capsule.
You know how it goes.
A lot of the French fries McDonald's sends home with people never make it all the way home.
But someone in Crystal Lake, Illinois, not only brought theirs home, they kept them there for a very long time. Subsequent owners renovating the 63-year-old house discovered some well-preserved McDonald's fries behind the plaster in the bathroom wall after they disassembled the toilet paper holder. They also found 2 hamburger wrappers featuring the original Mickey D's logo and its first Speedy mascot from 1955. They say they'd be willing to sell their find for a price. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Drew Maggi made his major league debut last night for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's not a young phenom. He's 33 years old and has toiled for 13 years in the minors. He struck out in one appearance as a pinch hitter. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sounded a little taller on radio.
AM 1230 KXO.
1230.